It's good to see you again.
Much. I am so glad to be in the studios of Unity 93.3 FM this lovely Thursday morning. It's a wonderful day, the 11th day in the month of January 2024. Iji Adamo is my name. Just call me Kobe and I'll be just fine. It's Unity Train on Unity 93.3 FM and Unity TV. We are reaching you live from the hills of ZINARIYA in just North Plateau State, Nigeria. Okay, from 8 to 8:30 is the first segment of Unity Train. And what we do is review segment. We get to pick issues, as many that we have, and that we can, be able to, within time, get to look at them, and then that's done for the first segment, 30 minutes. All right, from 8:30 to 9, it's a moment for us to pick a topic and we discuss, having a guest, and we call it Transit segment. And just after that, at 9, from 9 to 9:30, is an interactive segment of Unity Train every weekday. And for the interactive segment, it's a moment where our listener who decides to call will make his or her inputs. All right, and so it promises to be very, very interesting because we look forward to having you being a part of this very program. It's a platform for all of us to be part of nation building, and that I'm sure we would be determined in doing that. Thank you so much. And we come on air every weekday from Mondays to Fridays. Once it is 8 o'clock, we never stop until it is 9:30. The preparatory segments of Unity Train starts at 7:30 a.m. every day. And it stops at 7:45 a.m. And we call it City Reports. I just want to talk some more about City Reports, which comes your way every weekday, Mondays to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. It's a program that gives our listener the opportunity to call and let the whole world know what is happening in his immediate community and, of course, the environs. Whatever it is, we have to put our hands together and make Plateau that great Plateau that we all desire it should be. Don't be one of those who will just sit back and watch things happen. Why don't you take decisions even right now and be one of those who make things happen? You owe your child nothing but to say those things that you see each day. What life is all about today with you, it's simply because people have talked about it in the past, and that is why it is what it is today. If it's bad, it means that people didn't say anything. Those whom were saddled with the responsibility of saying something at the time they were supposed to do that, they didn't do it, and so it's happening very, very hard to take. Thank you so much for tuning to this very station, Unity 93.3 FM. By the way, we are streaming live on YouTube. Just go Unity FM TV. You will be with us live on YouTube. And on Facebook, we're streaming also. Just go Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. And once you do that, you'll be with us live. And for SMS, you can even start doing that even right now. It's 08084789 in 4 places. I'll take that number again for SMS alone. 0808478999. Once again, thank you for keeping your dial with us on Unity 93.3 FM and TV. In the studio this morning is Professor P.H. Barmayi, Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, Nigeria. You'll be saying good mornings to our listener and viewer even right now. Prof, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Kobe. Viewers, listeners, beautiful morning to you. If you're in other parts of the world watching us on satellite, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time is. This is a beautiful Thursday, Kobe.
Yes, it is.
And it promises to be a wonderful time together. This Unity train will be taking us to a fantastic destination. So please stay tuned to 93.3 FM radio and Unity TV because we'll be discussing issues of importance to all of us as Nigerians, indeed, as global citizens. So please stay tuned. And remember, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Thank you. You cannot afford to leave without having to dispense or show some peace around. First of all, you need to have peace within, and you can, extend same to others around you. So please make deliberate efforts to live in peace with everyone. Peace is priceless. All right, let's begin with this one that has to do with a missing baby. Disappearance of a newborn baby from Nasarawa Hospital.
Yes. That is Dalhatu Araf Hospital in Lafia, Nasarawa State. That's a private hospital. That hospital is fantastic. It has state-of-the-art facilities and wonderful medical personnel. But this baby was delivered safely at the hospital, a baby boy. And this baby boy was handed over to the parents. Where things went wrong is that after the baby was handed over to the mother and the relatives, of course you know that the mother was still recovering, in her condition.
Yes.
The relatives saw another woman in the hospital who maybe has a patient in the hospital, but the woman probably seems to be a nice woman and a caring woman, so the woman was with them there. And the relatives needed to go and get one or two things. And so they handed the baby to this stranger. Up to now that we are talking, we don't know the name of the woman. The relatives handed the baby to the woman and left to do one or two things. That is the end of discussion. The woman disappeared with the baby. Up to now, they're looking for the baby. 3 people have been arrested as of this morning in connection with it, but the baby is yet to be found. We hope that they can find the baby. Now, you see, so many things happen in hospitals.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, this is carelessness. Carelessness by the mother. I won't blame her too much. Maybe she's still recovering. But the relatives who were staying with the mother, who were holding the baby, how can you be so careless to hand over this baby boy to a total stranger? No matter how angelically looking the stranger is. And then you just dash out of the premises. I mean, entrusting a stranger with the care of a baby. And you know that we're living in a country where there are so many ritual activities ongoing.
Yes.
People are looking for babies for rituals. And not only that, there are people who want to steal babies also and adopt them by force. And this is a baby boy. And probably they're seeing a golden opportunity to take a baby boy away. And these relations of this woman that gave birth was so careless as to carry the baby and hand the baby to a total stranger to hold while they come back. And by the time the mother of the baby was looking for where are her relations, nowhere to be found. Where is my baby? Nowhere to be found. Raise alarm. And by the time the relations came back, where is the baby? We handed the baby to one woman. Where is the woman? Who is the woman? What is her name? Where does she come from? Is she your friend? How old is she? They cannot answer all these questions. And that is why the police said they are carrying out a lot of investigations. We hope that they will be able to fish out the criminal, because this baby was just delivered 3 days back. So I'm almost sure that the baby might still be within Nasarawa State, within that environment. I don't think the baby has reached the borders of Nigeria to be taken to another place.
I doubt much.
So they hopefully will be able to trace the woman. But the challenge the police will be facing is, this is a faceless stranger. No name. What does the stranger look like? Of course, I think the police expert, they have experts that can try to sketch the face of a person, based on information, given to them. So I think we'll just be waiting to see whether they'll be able to get this criminal. But there are lost lessons. See, you cannot entrust things to strangers, talk less of a baby, a life, to a stranger. I mean, in this country where there is so much insecurity, so many ritual killings, when there are so many criminals in this country with all the problems we're having right now, how can you trust a total stranger? When you cannot even trust your own relations, your own friends, you cannot even trust people who are close to you, talk less of total strangers. So I think we need to learn a lesson. Some of us who go and give total strangers our phones to use need to be careful. Some of us who give lift to total strangers. You see a strange woman or strange man on the road and you say, get into my vehicle. Somebody did it some time ago and he was killed. We need to be careful with people who are total strangers, because unfortunately there are evil people out there, and all they think about is how to cause more sorrow, more pains to other people. And we must be very, very careful. And it's not today babies started getting missing in hospitals. These kind of things have been happening. On and on and on over the years. And exchanging of babies take place. Babies disappear. It has happened even here on the plateau. And you would have thought that people would have learned by now. But it looks as if some people still take life very casual. We must be very careful.
Yes, we must be very careful. I was in a village in Basra some times ago, and I stood by just trying to get a commercial vehicle and come back to the city of Jos. It took me maybe close to an hour, and a lot of private vehicles were just passing, and some of them just one person. And then a lady was like, why won't they stop to just help you? I said, no, you don't blame them. You don't blame them. They wouldn't know
because they don't know who the person is.
Yeah, so you don't blame them. That's what life is.
My father-in-law even tried to help an accident victim, and he ended up in trouble.
Even an accident
victim. He ended up in trouble. That's the kind of country that we're in. To even help people is a problem. Talk less of trusting total strangers.
Even if you desire to. Yes.
So I think mothers and fathers, indeed all of us, let's be careful with people who appear to be too kind, too nice, and they're total strangers. They just come around pretending to be too nice. If they appear too nice, probably they are too nice to be true.
According to Professor Sabo Ahmad Muhammad, he said, when someone appears to be too nice, red flag.
Red flag. I agree.
So that is red flag.
Red flag.
Yes, it gives reasons for concern.
Yeah, because this woman was too nice at the hospital. Total stranger. Too nice. But she was on a mission. She has accomplished her mission. We hope that the mission will be foiled by the ongoing police investigations.
Technology these days, Prof, and CC camera.
That's one of the problems. You would have expected that in such a fantastic hospital, there should have been CCTVs everywhere. And we take things for granted in this country.
Not just to monitor, but to also record all these things and have them for reference purposes.
I mean, it's very, very crucial and important. I've seen some shops in Lagos, Abuja, small shops even. They have their CCTV.
Yes,
they have their
that's
CCTV.
what is going on these days.
Why won't a big hospital like TALLATA Hospital. No, they have CCTV everywhere around. You know, at least you'll be able to see the stranger.
Yes,
you know, walking out
away
with the baby, and then once you have the face, I mean, your problem is half solved.
Yes.
That's right.
CC camera these days, you even monitor from far away.
Yeah.
You monitor on your phone device.
People should be putting CCTV cameras in their houses now. Put them in your houses. Put them in your offices.
Exactly.
Put them in your business premises.
Exactly.
We should have CCTVs around strategic points on our streets. When Obasanjo was president, billions were set aside for CCTV in Abuja. We did not see that till this day. That money disappeared like a miracle. And there are no CCTVs to this day.
All right, there's this man who is involved in POS transactions. What saved him during one transaction that led to a lot of chaos? It was the CCTV camera that he had in his shop. So it appeared that, okay, every transaction, the camera was right on him, and so it appeared that he did nothing funny to dupe his customers. That was what saved him. Imagine he had none. All right, Prof, before we talk about the cost of living, Nigerians grown set agenda for TUNTBE. Why don't we just go to see this one that say workers seek whereabouts of missing Chinese, 3 Nigerians in Anambra?
Yeah.
Because that one has a lot to do, and so we end with that one.
You know, security issues in this country, we may never stop talking about it until the government does something drastic, something serious. These Chinese nationals were kidnapped. 2 of them along with 3 Nigerians. And this thing happened about a month. In December, I think December 3rd or so.
Remember we
talked about it on this platform. Up to now, nobody knows where they are. It's as if they just disappeared into thin air. They were kidnapped along a major highway. And their lives cannot be accounted for. We don't know whether they're still alive. We don't know their present state. If they're alive, are they sick? And as usual, the police will tell you we are on top of the situation. There is no time you meet our police that they are not on top of a situation. Go and meet them every time they are on top of the situation. But yet, most times, there is nothing to show for it. So, tell me why, as a foreigner, I want to invest in a country where I can be kidnapped like a chicken on the street, where my life doesn't count, doesn't matter to the government, where the politicians don't care how many people die. They're just figures, they're just statistics to them. When people die, they just say 20 people die, 100 people, that's all. They have no feelings, they don't care. They still go on with their functions, with their activities. They keep traveling, enjoying themselves, having all the jamborees, while Nigerians are dying, representing dead Nigerians. I mean, it is very sad that foreigners can just easily, foreigners who are helping our economy can just disappear. This is what has happened. We hope that the police can up their game and they can get to the holes where these criminals are hiding, smoke them out of their holes, deal with them decisively. Very important that they recover these Chinese nationals and our compatriots, hale and hearty, safe and alive. It is very important. We don't want them to recover dead bodies. We want them to recover, rescue these people alive. And for them to do that, they will need a lot of intelligence. For that to happen, they will need to collaborate with the communities where these guys are hiding, because I know that these guys are not far away from where this kidnap took place. They are still hiding somewhere around there in those ungoverned spaces that we keep talking about. We have a lot of forests all over this country where nobody cares, where there is no government, where these guys can stay and set up their own government, set up their own kingdom in this forest. And this ought not to be so. If you go to countries that know what they're doing, every inch of space in the country is accounted for. And you cannot go in there and do anything you feel like doing, because they know the whole country inch by inch. But in Nigeria, I'm sure that our government doesn't know many places in this country. That's why we have a lot of ungoverned spaces. We have a lot of forests. Nobody is doing anything about it, and these criminals will keep hiding and perpetrating their crime.
Is it that the government is not aware or pretend not to be?
The government just pretends.
A lot of questions.
Pretends not to be aware. They are aware. They know. But it is not a priority for them, unfortunately.
Yes, we have this from the World Bank that poverty rate in Nigeria increased to 46%.
46%.
In 2023, presenting 104 million poor Nigerians. And the headline reads, Cost of Living, Nigerians grown set agenda for Tinubu.
Nigerians are groaning, could be. Viewers, are you not groaning? Listeners, are you not groaning? This morning, before I came to the studio,
Prof.
I dropped somebody at the park because the person was traveling. And I saw Nigerians groaning at the motor park. Some of them have woken up from sleep. They have not eaten anything.
And yet,
and they don't even know whether they will get anything to eat today. Poor Nigerians. You can see poverty written on their faces. You can see frustration on their faces. If you don't believe me, go to any motor park or market, you see people coming to beg you for money. People telling you, we've not eaten since morning. Please, Olga, please help us. Get something for us. And you know that there was a time we had some bread and whatever inside our vehicle. One time we were traveling, and we came across a place where we had to stop because there was traffic and there was a little crowd and people were coming around. And then the bread we had in the back seat of the vehicle disappeared. We were just laughing. We said people are hungry. If they stole only bread, that's okay. As long as I think they didn't steal more than bread, you know. So my wife said people are hungry.
Yeah.
Just allow them.
Yes, that's just
if
what
they can steal bread and eat, okay. You know. And that is why China, inflation is less than 1%. Ours 28.20%. Now go to the market. A bag of rice, 50 kilogram bag of rice, sells for between 45,000 to 60, 70,000 naira, depending on the quality and where it came from. A bag of beans, 60 to 70,000, 50 kg, bag of beans. Gari that is meant for the common man, about 30 to 40,000.
Gari is no longer for common man now.
It's no longer for the common man. Because the common man cannot even afford it.
Yes. That's what it is, Prof.
You want to buy sugar? Half mudu of sugar, this small half mudu, 1,200. You want the full mudu, 2,400, 2,500 for a mudu of sugar. Nigerians are suffering.
Yes.
You go to the market, Nigerians cannot afford to buy meat in kilos anymore. They go there and say, please, Malam, I just need meat for 500 naira. Please, I kyauta, Malam. Please, 500, please, Malam. This business, is that only a pudding for 500? These are the same Nigerians that will go and buy 1 kilogram of meat. They can't afford it anymore. And you're telling me that Nigeria is working? You're telling me that the government knows what they're doing? Do you know that in the last 3 years, at least 15 multinational companies have left Nigeria? GSK left. Procter and Gamble left. Many others follow them. They've left the country. Even what's their name? ShopRite and the rest of them. At least 15 multinational companies left Nigeria. And their exit from Nigeria has led to the loss of at least 20,000 jobs. At least 20,000 Nigerians have become unemployed as a result of the exit of these multinational companies.
And many more if care is not taken.
Imagine 20,000. How much is the workforce of the government of Plateau State? That you will lose 20,000 people will lose their jobs. And our government will tell you that they know what they're doing. Our president says, I know what Nigerians are passing through. I can feel your pains. Is he feeling our pains? Take a good look at his face when he's talking. Is he feeling the pains of Nigerians? I bet no. He is not. Because he's enjoying himself in Aso Rock Villa. If he's feeling the pains of Nigerians, he should do what the Zambian president did. The Zambian president cut down his salary, cut down his allowances, and cut down the salaries and allowances of all his political employees. And now they travel by economy. Can the president of Nigeria travel by economy? Economy class on the plane? Can Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Nigeria, cut down his salary, cut down his expenses, cut down his allowances, and that of all his political office holders? Can our senators reduce their salaries by 70% and begin to earn 30%? Can the members of the House of Rep reduce their own salaries by 70% because Nigerians are suffering? Can our governors reduce their salaries by 70%? Members of the House of Assembly and the rest reduce their salaries by 70%. Salaries that they don't even need. Because all their expenses are catered for by the money, by taxpayers' money. Are they feeling what Nigerians are feeling? Now, Nigerians are suffering to even pay school fees. Do you know how many parents have had to change the schools of their children? Do you know how many children are still at home right now as we're talking?
Yes, even though the school has resumed.
Do you know that in the University of Jos here, many of our students are not able to write exams because they could not pay the charges. The small amount that is charged as school fees, they could not pay, and so they are not able to write their exams. Can you imagine? The other day a student called me and said that he's feeling suicidal. Yes. Because he doesn't have money to pay fees to write exams. He's feeling suicidal.
Prof, if such an individual who is already feeling to kill himself will have an invitation by any of these terrorist groups, don't you think
he will welcome it wholeheartedly? Because he's going to become a millionaire. With all the risk at the cost of his life, one successful operation, they nab their millions. The terrorists attack, and they ravage and carry anything they want. The kidnappers attack, they receive money for ransom, and these terrorists are well funded. The kidnappers make a lot of money. Kidnapping is a multi-billion naira industry in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Money that our universities are not seeing. The kidnappers are seeing that money and they're using it. So Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are in pains. Just go on the street and meet the average Nigerian and ask him, how are things? Tell me the truth. Are you okay? Have you eaten? I think it's high time we even change our greeting, in Nigeria to the way the Malaysians greet. In Malaysia, when you say good morning, selamat pagi, the next thing will be sudah makan. Have you eaten food? Because you must eat food. Before you greet me, have you eaten food? That is the greeting.
I think
have you eaten food? Because Malaysians eat morning, afternoon, evening, night. They eat like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. They have a lot of food.
They have a lot.
And they make sure that every time they're eating, they wake up in the morning, they eat. They go to the office, they eat. You have an occasion, you eat. You know, you want to see a friend, you eat while you're talking. You go and talk over food while you're eating. I think it's high time we should start greeting Nigerians by asking, have you eaten food?
Have you eaten?
Because many Nigerians have not eaten. Then you will see that Nigerians are truly suffering. Nigerians are passing through a lot. Many Nigerians are stranded. Many Nigerians don't know what is going to happen to them tomorrow. Many Nigerians don't even know whether there will be a tomorrow. Many Nigerians are feeling like giving up on life. You know, remember the little girl that gave birth in Lagos, and she carried her baby and just threw the baby by the roadside. And some strangers came and said, "Why did you throw your baby?" She said, "I cannot feed myself. I can't feed my baby. I am suffering. You know, I don't know what to do. So let the baby die, let me die also." Frustration everywhere. And our government is not addressing the issue of poverty in the country, the issue of the economic hardships. We're even talking about increasing living wage, giving Nigerians a living wage at least. The government is still dragging her feet about it. Could be, viewers, listeners, Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are passing through difficult times. Politicians, please, this is a national emergency. People are suffering. Enough is enough. People are committing suicide. People are dying. The hardship has become too much. You better act now.
Thank you.
Immediately.
Thank you. Have you eaten? That is it for us on this platform. It's a short break time. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your
Unity? Unity TV.